Like
What is
maybe
it?
the fan, like Devontae, like the little painting that's hanging on Devontae's wall. What do you think that symbolizes? Maybe the fan is social media, and the polka dots are the human brains.
What? Dansby.
The fan could be one of those, the black and white doesn't exist. Still a dog.
The fan
I
is the
have the
World Series
hardest.
championship, and the polka dots is the Los Angeles Angels.
I have the hardest take on this. The fan's actually in reverse, and it's sucking the spots onto the dog.
Wow. The fan is global warming, and the dog is dying.
The earth.
Welcome to the Built Different podcast. Let's get it.
Welcome, everybody, to the Built Different podcast. We are back with High and Inside episode 1-2. Baby, we are the longest running baseball podcast in America right now. I wish that were true. But for now, we're here to bring you some entertainment. I'm here with my beautiful co-hosts, Not So White Chris, Wolfie, and your favorite Uber driver today. Our favorite Uber driver in our hearts, our minds, our asses, Papa Devontae. What is up, guys? Wolfie, why don't you start us off with the opening take like always, man? Bread and butter.
So you guys know, usually my opening takes are right off the top of my head with my hat, and today we're talking about the Angels. I don't mean to start negative on this episode, but let's be honest. The Angels are not going to the playoffs anytime soon. I'm going to say at least in the next 5 years, you're not going to see an Angel playoffs. Angel fans, I am sorry. It doesn't matter. Trout's there for the next 8 years. Their farm system is ranked one of the lowest in baseball. It was actually ranked 30th at one point in the last year. You don't have any prospects. You have a guy like Ohtani that's on his way out. You got to trade him. Trout's contract almost at this point is not movable. We joked before the episode started. Would you give Trout an 8-year deal right now? All of you said no. That might need to be something they got to think about too. And even the moves they made so far, yeah, they got Gio Urshela. Yeah, they got Hunter Renfroe for this season. You have no pitching. You have no bullpen. You might even need to think about getting a new manager soon. I mean, is Phil Nevins really the answer? Probably not. With Houston doing what they're doing, the Mariners going off and getting better, even Texas, I mean, Saxby, you've been on the Texas bandwagon all year. They're getting better too. Is this team going anywhere? Even with the third wild card spot, you have all of the AL East going crazy. Like, you know what, Angels? I'm sorry, I'm repping you today, but just throw in the towel early because you're not doing anything anytime soon.
That's a hot ass take.
Thank
Yeah.
5 years?
you. Dude, it might have been more than 5. I mean,
You don't think
how are they going
you
to
don't
get
think
better than
Renfro
everybody else?
changes them?
They
You don't
could
think
be
Hunter
better.
Renfro's the answer?
They could. Well, here's my thing for that. Are they going to win the division? Probably not. Now you're looking at all the teams from the AL East, not even talking about the Mariners or anybody else in the AL Central. I don't really think they're going to be the ones that are going to be in contention. But are they going to be better than any of those teams? I don't see it. Not even close. I see Texas being better than them in the wild card.
A lot of it's gonna just depend on their pitching again.
Yeah.
Because they got now adding Urshela and Hunter Renfroe. They have a really, really good lineup. I'm not gonna lie, like they actually will have a good lineup next year. But again, it'll just come up to their pitching. I honestly, I just don't really care about the Angels at this point. I mean,
I like the hats.
you know that whole shitty Tyler Skaggs situation going on, or that happened, and
Oh yeah.
you know the whole dark cloud that Pujols and the Angels had over all those years. You know them not winning for Trout. Trout's back is now blowing out AO, but it's just not. I don't know. It's just not cool anymore. I don't know. I'm not.
And
Fuck the Angels.
And to tell you the
It's-
truth, it would be kind of cool to see them have that like rivalry where it's like LA, Dodgers, Angels kind of going at it all the time, but they're just never there.
It's like who can lose the worst? Who can blow the bag the worst? That's the Dodgers and the Angels competition every single year.
That would be a
But
crazy ass California threesome right there.
Oh, they actually got a lot more than 3.
I don't know, like
Got a foursome. Padres and Oakland.
there's a whole lot
that's
of
an
shit
orgy.
right now.
Or
Yeah,
two.
oh yeah,
Orgy.
we're bugging. Yeah, we're getting
Orgy.
somewhere here. Okay.
They have to be able to contend because if not, they lose their most valuable player, being Ohtani.
That's a great point.
Ohtani saying that he wants to play for a team that has to compete. He wants to win a ring. He wants to be in the playoff atmosphere. And so, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last year before he's deemed eligible to be traded, and add that to a team like supposedly the Mets, which by all means, like I hope they shit the fucking bed and he comes to New York. By all, like Ohtani, I would be your fucking Uber driver. I'm saying it here first. I would welcome you in warm hands, pick you up from the airport. I'll show you the city. I'll take you everywhere you need to go.
Please.
Please, like
That is great.
we need Ohtani-san in New York City. You know how crazy that would make? Like that would take the rivalry between the Mets and the Yankees to new levels. Like that would take a team that is already set, and hopefully they do keep DeGrom. You have Max Scherzer, and then now Ohtani. That rival, the Subway
Nah,
Series is gonna
for
be
real. Cause like you know what that would do for the Mets?
Nothing.
They would have gotten another hit against the Padres and still lost Game 3. I'm just saying.
I mean, I guess we'll never know, like Kanye West says. But that would take the Subway Series to be bigger than the rivalry between the Yankees and the Red Sox because it's been kind of dead right now.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
Good point.
And speaking of the Yankees, Aaron Judge, man. My opening take is going to be on Aaron Judge. I just think this whole free agency for him is very dramatic. It's like a soap opera. I'm loving to watch it. It's like you see these comments about the Yankees. Right, dead ass, because it's like the Yankees are like, we got the offer on the table. Nobody's going to outbid us. And then Judge is like, I want to play for a winner. But then all of a sudden the San Francisco Giants come out of fucking nowhere and show him just a grand old time. Put him on the phone with Steph. And then we know we have all these other teams that are going to try to get him. I think it's very interesting. I think this is going to drag out till the new year because Aaron Judge is a nice guy and he wants to focus on Christmas because he's a very nice I don't want to say Christian because then I might offend some viewers. But Aaron Judge is a nice guy, and he's a family man. He's a hardworking guy, and he's going to enjoy Christmas before he signs with the Pirates. What's up, Devontae?
Oh, man. That's also a hot take within itself with San Francisco saying that they have all the money for him. So, like...
It'd be beautiful. It's a beautiful match.
Exactly.
I would love to see like a mystery team come out though and really shake that up, where it's not
the White Sox.
Anybody.
You know what shapes this offseason with the Yankees different than they've ever had to deal with their previous captain? Jeter flat out said he wanted to be a Yankee for life, and denied any other contracts that came. He's picking up anything the Yankees gave him. Judge, on the other hand, has said he wants to be a Yankee for life. However, he wants to see whatever the fuck all these other teams got to offer. So I kind of do feel like, we really might lose the captain. Well, New York might lose the captain because that's not my captain. But, old captain, my captain. My question for the week.
Just a quick add into that too. Is anybody in here think he's signing before February?
Yeah.
Really?
He'll get it done January 2nd.
I want to say January 4th.
I'm writing that down.
Just
January 2nd. What'd you say, Devontae? What day?
January 4th for my birthday.
4th. And Chris, what's your take on that?
Go with the 3rd.
Oh.
And Wolfie's going to go after February.
I'm just going to go the 5th and just top it all off. There we go.
Judge signs before Christmas and just he's a bad guy in my heart all of a sudden.
No, he just has a great Christmas, parties, New Year, has like a 5-day hangover, and then signs.
Signs with the Red Sox on Christmas Day.
The
Yo, so
Royals.
many
Yeah.
Yankees fans would like fucking cheer on the Cowboys. But what's up,
I hope-
Devontae? What's your opening take? Oh wait, my bad. What's up, Chris?
My hot. Oh my god.
No, I was just say I hope that something happens because otherwise we're gonna be looking at Jolie Rodriguez as our key mark signing of the offseason with Hope Park. So let's see who we've signed so far. Hope Park,
You have Hope Park?
and Jolie Rodriguez.
I didn't know we
Here we
had
go.
Hope Park.
You'll get Christian
Just
Vasquez
got him.
back, and then they'll be like,
Yo,
"Wow."
Hope Park is a crazy name.
That's
But,
a crazy ass name.
Park.
What? Like,
Like, oh man. What's your top take, Devontae?
my hot take for the day.
Hope Park and Whore Garden.
My hot
Prostitute
take gotta
Street.
be that the Boston Red Sox are going to sign a couple pitchers this offseason that I feel are going to be like the last couple offseasons. I really don't think we're going to sign any big names. Like, although the press keeps putting
Eric Fetty, and you guys are gonna get Eric Fetty and Johnny Cueto.
it's fucking Johnny Cueto. I would like Cueto. I would get a Johnny Cueto jersey if he comes. But they look like the type of team that they will sign. What's this kid's name? What's the bullpen pitcher for the Yankees that he got hurt? I think he had to get Tommy John last year. Chad Green. I think he'd be a good pickup for them. But at the same time, I feel like under pressure, he might be shedding the bad. And to add back to Chris's take a couple weeks ago on picking up Ottavino again, I would not be surprised if they pick up Ottavino again, as much as I dislike him as our bullpen pitcher. But I don't think we're really going to make big pitching moves this year, especially if we want to sign like Xander and Rafael Devers. It's like, where else are we going to pull this money out? From Worcester?
I gotta ask who
Bill
signs Kota Senga? Who gets him? So far, I've seen like Padres, Cubs, Red Sox, Yankees, Mets.
I think it might be the Red Sox.
Who's your guy?
How good is he?
I mean, dude, he throws like 102. He's got nasty pitching stats. Obviously, you never know
I
how
don't
it's
know
going to
nothing about this
translate
kid.
over.
I honestly don't know that.
I would like,
But I've read that the Red
Mariners
Sox
get him.
are big on him.
Yeah, I think he's going to go to like the Red Sox or Mariners. I don't think he's going to go to a small market team. The Cubs, I could see being a landing spot. I know they mentioned the Mets. I don't think the Mets are going to do it. I could be wrong,
He's
but
going to go to the Rays.
imagine. I don't think the Rays are doing anything this year.
The Rays or the
They're
Braves?
saving up. They're saving up. They're
I don't
penny pinching.
I'm gonna say the St. Louis Cardinals. You know, kind of like a just a little dark horse. I think they haven't really made a lot of noise this offseason so far. They do need another pitcher, I believe, if they want to make some true contention next year. I think it would be perfect. Kota Senga, Mama Panga.
I could see him just going there and dominating too. The Padres would be a really cool fit for him. Him, Yu Darvish. Then they sign Ohtani
Go
next
to the
season.
Nationals.
And you have like the best bunch right there. Bang. That would be like one of the craziest 1-2-3s.
That'd be a lot of movement.
I mean, hey, they lose Soto, so go out and get another guy.
Do you think the Yankees are willing to take a risk on him after they took a big risk with what's
Masahiro.
his name? Yes, Tanaka-san with him.
Actually, yes, I think they do. I actually think they got rid of Tanaka.
I feel the same way.
I think Tanaka was good for the Yankees. I mean, like not like dominant by any means, but he
Yeah,
got the job done.
He could have been like that
he
back end of the
did.
rotation veteran guy, like kind of how CC was towards the end of his career, where he wasn't lights out, but he was still like a veteran presence. Because dude, he wasn't. He's always like crazy good in the playoffs still. So like as long as you had him for
So
that, like
that now that I've asked you that, I'll add this to the question. For the deal that they ended up going through with Tanaka-san, do you think it would have worked out had they gone otherwise and given that same deal to Cano? Well, the deal Cano wanted, which was just 10 years,
Or
instead of the
Felix.
deal that Tanaka wanted.
I have a really hot take about that. I think if they kept Cano, he would have got popped for PEDs earlier.
I don't think he would have.
I think he would have been more in the limelight. I think no, I'm saying because I think he would have been more in the limelight, especially if he stayed at Yankee Stadium, where it's a smaller stadium, and he's popping 40 home runs a year. I think he would have stayed good, and I think he would have got popped earlier. And I'm not even saying like that as like to shit on him. I just meant like kind of like how
No, I
A-Rod
get that.
kind of thing. I just feel like everybody who like he went to the Mariners, and once he wasn't playing as hot, like everybody kind of forgot about him. But unless his story was true, he just did it for health. But I don't believe that. I think he was popping.
I don't
Well,
think they
I
would have let
mean,
call him only because of like the the whole fiasco that they were going through before with damn, I just forgot his name.
when
Melky Cabrera.
Devontae fucking forgets about people, that should be hilarious.
It's just the name. I'm horrible with names.
He'd
But
be
yeah,
like,
with Melky
oh,
Cabrera. Brain aneurysm.
I mean,
Milky.
I don't know. I kind of believe he did use it to restore himself because when Cano,
Me too.
when he was a Yankee, he wasn't like hitting 40 home runs a year.
but he was hanging out with A-Rod,
Yet.
man.
He was really
Yet.
good.
He was.
Isn't that where he's? Well, didn't
But
he
it
get
wasn't just
popped
arrows.
twice? Well, he got popped twice. He got the second one was the healing one that he said. I thought the first one was just like he got popped.
No, the
Unless
first
I'm
one was for
remembering it
his
wrong.
wrist. He broke his wrist and he was healing from it.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. Anyway.
I don't think he was like that.
Who is they?
He never
No, but just
Who is
imagine
they?
Robinson Cano though, like, because Robinson Cano was like the darling of MLB. Like
Robbie
everybody
Cano,
loved
don't you
Robinson
know?
Cano.
word. He
Like, and
he was
then
arguably the best second baseman during that time. It was literally between him
like
and
his
Pedroia.
fielding was
And you had to argue
smooth.
between
His
both of them.
his swing was smooth. He was a
Yeah,
Yankee.
yo, his swing was made for Yankee Stadium. Like in my opinion, it was the worst thing the Yankees would have done. But also, I also think that's also why they decided not to sign him. Like
The
they
Mariners are
probably
always
would
making some good underrated moves. I mean, I know it didn't necessarily work out totally for Cano, but that was a good move by them. That was
have
it was a
a
good
little
try.
too big for him. But
Yeah.
Just a quick
You
edit.
know,
The last thing about this. Yeah, in 2012 he had a slugging percentage of 550. All right, it dropped to 516, 450, 446. Then it went up to 533 out of nowhere. So just throwing that out there. That'll be the end of my topic on that.
it's hard work. That's what I call
Wolfie
hard work.
versus Robinson Cano in one of the
Hard
next UFC events.
That's what I call hard work and studying the game.
And he did that when he was probably like 32, 33, maybe even later.
I want to know where the fuck Aaron Judge is going. I want to know where Xander's going.
I'm scared of that too. I'm so scared of that too because the issue is that there's so many big dominoes that have to fall for the rest of this shit to fall into
Exactly.
place. Because you got Aaron Judge, you got Jacob DeGrom. I know the Angels came out and said they're not trading Ohtani, but like there could be teams waiting to see if that happens before they make their move. There's just a whole mess of things going on, and
I
I
think
think you're right.
certain players, in the case of like Aaron Judge, if he really decides not to go to the Yankees, it might have the domino effect of affecting other players who, like the Giants being big contenders, and let's say they do land him. Why would that stop a player like Justin Verlander, Trey Turner, for them wanting to go after than be like, somebody this good that carried the Yankees all the way and then just shit the bed in the playoffs and whatnot. But that's beside the point. Like it might encourage certain other players to then hold off and then reevaluate and be like, okay, he just left. San Francisco, do you guys still have that offer on the table? Yes, we do. Okay, sign me up. Now it's Justin Verlander. You have Xander Bogaerts at fucking shortstop and shit like that too.
And then something that can happen as well is if you're Carlos Correa, what I'm doing is I'm waiting for Aaron Judge to go sign with the Giants, and then I get a ridiculous desperation offer from the Yankees and ride off into the sunset.
Exactly.
And the thing, though, what sucks about that is that for some reason I'm starting to get that feeling to where it might be a little bit later, maybe not down to the wire, but January and February. And it sucks because even though we didn't have the podcast last year, we all saw it. It was the CBA thing where everybody got in that lockout and it got pushed back.
Yes,
We didn't even know if we were going to
that was the worst fucking thing ever.
And now you're telling me guys are gonna wait again all the way till like February or March? Like, no, come on, boys. Like, I'll give you to the holidays. Like, once January comes around, like, let's get going, man. Like, we better see stuff in January. Like, I want everybody reporting when they're supposed to report. None of this like halfway. Was it Correa last year that came like halfway through spring training or someone like that? It's like, let's sign, let's go. Like, I'll give you the.
Well, because it was weird because it's a lot of those players that didn't sign beforehand. They had offers on the table, and then when the CBA and everything happened and everybody came back, those offers weren't on the table anymore, and everyone had to restart the free agency process.
Yep.
That's how Correa just randomly ended up on the Twins.
And nobody
I think it was
sign,
like
right? During the process of the lockout.
Well, yeah, because I think it was like the Yankees were in on him and the Orioles, and it was crazy. And then when they came back, no one was interested in Carlos Correa, so we just ended up signing the Twins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it was a weird one, but for sure.
I was gonna say, I was thinking about one thing. That's what I was gonna say. What sucks though is a lot of these teams, I'm a little bit surprised might not, because it's funny. The Mets did it last year where they signed these guys before the lockout, which was before Christmas. So their jerseys were made available to buy on Christmas. So teams made a lot of money with like that new player, that big guy. So like there are probably some teams out there that might try to do it before Christmas or like at least in the next couple of weeks. But I think Devontae's right. I think it's going to come like later in the season, unfortunately.
If the Giants got Aaron Judge before Christmas, they'd get so much money from that.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Bro,
dude, even if it's just like
I would get that jersey. That jersey and the crispy San Francisco jersey.
Or they get him on
Judge,
Christmas. Like, there you go. Merry Christmas.
If Aaron Judge leaves, that the point of just him leaving is just gonna break social media. He's gonna destroy the whole spectrum of the sports world, baseball, even people that don't even follow baseball. Like, you're gonna see it everywhere. ESPN.
I just ultimately think he just ends up a Yankee again. I don't know. I can't see him going anywhere else.
Me either. I don't know. Money talks.
I don't know.
Walks,
I'm leaning Giants, man.
Money
but
walks,
one thing
said,
one thing you said, Devontae, that I actually don't know if, like, unless somebody said it and I haven't heard it in previous ones, I've heard Astros, Yankees, even the Phillies and Mets I've heard. I haven't really heard too much Justin Verlander, the Giants, talk. For some reason, I could see that. For some reason, I could see, like, Judge going there and them just being, like, 1 year, 40 mil to, like, Verlander or something. And, like, I don't think I would, but I think for some reason that's, like, an underrated take. I could see that happening. We'll keep that down.
The thing with
either way,
he wants to get paid. That's really what he said at the end. Like, he said he deserves Max Scherzer money. And arguably, I really do believe he does deserve it at the end of the day. He has, with his new Tommy John surgery, he has 3 years of shelf life in him. And if he could do more, I would love to see it. He could be the Tom Brady of baseball.
No, I want him to like beat Jamie Moyer's record, because I really don't like Jamie Moyer. I don't know how Jamie Moyer just got to be a 47-year-old still pitching the MLB, but like all these other guys like Manny Ramirez and Bartolo Colon.
I was gonna say Bartolo, man.
Yo, you see Manny Ramirez? He's still hitting bombs overseas.
Like nothing.
What the fuck is going on?
He makes it look so easy. He's aging backward.
Bring him back.
Bring him back. He never got the ending to the career he deserved,
At
man.
all.
He
Like,
went out a Tampa Bay Ray and got like 1 hit in 17 at bats,
Ugh.
and then got popped for steroids. That was rough.
Have
But
Cespedes come back with him.
oh god,
that's what he's
what
going
an
to
offseason.
Chicago. He want to
Oh,
get
that's
signed
right.
with his brother. He wants to get
Brother,
signed
yep.
with his brother. So
Trevor
I'm
Bauer's going
calling
to
it.
Chicago though. I'm down for that.
Trevor Bauer.
Trevor
Wow.
Bauer.
Bro, his best friend, Mike Clevenger, if that's still his best friend, he went to the Chicago White Sox. What's stopping
Fuck
Trevor Bauer?
Clevenger, yo.
Listen,
Go back,
Chicago's a
same
Fuck
division.
mess.
Clevenger, yo.
They gave
Respectfully.
Tony La Russa a second chance. Why wouldn't they give Trevor Bauer a second chance?
Dude, he would
Fuck
like eat up south side
Clevenger.
of Chicago. He'd probably like work well with that.
We all knew Tony La Russa was probably an under the table racist. Everyone knew that.
That's a given. Come on
Yerman
now.
did.
But they still. So if they're gonna give Tony La Russa a second chance, I think Trevor Bauer is coming back to pitch for the Chicago White Sox.
Oh god, that's gonna be just a. That's you know what? That'll be your hot take then. Bauer to the White Sox.
Bauer to the White Sox.
If I gotta say anything about free agency, I'm glad Clevenger left the Padres. He had a whole speech that he wrote down the minute Fernando Tatis got popped. He said, "Oh my
Oh
gosh,
yeah.
what a big disappointment! I can't stand this player. I hate him. He is such a kid. When we need him most, when the world needed him most in the playoffs, what he do? He got butt fucked. He lost. He choked. And now, he fell from the grace of earth. And of course, he's gonna pick up and leave the team there. He was such a big addition to. Fucking bum.
Clevenger's
Respectfully.
had some moral issues apparently in the past too. With like, I think it was a pregnant wife or something he might have left or some.
Yeah,
sort
they
of
said
weird
something
story.
about that he cheated on his girl, whatever.
Oh, maybe
I saw
that
that
was
on
what. Yeah.
Facebook one time too, and I was just when he said what he said about Fernando Tatis, people were just destroying the comment section about how bad of a husband and a father he is, and I'm just like, what this got to do with baseball?
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of the thing.
That like lives rent free in my head, and I just hate the fact that I know that.
Nah, man, because it's.
And he like apologized about it too afterwards, and it was like 6 years ago.
I hope he ball out.
Best part about Clevenger going back to the AL Central is the Guardians can beat up on him.
Yeah,
And see, this is why we didn't want you.
I was gonna say
This is
that
why
and
we didn't
Bauer.
sign you.
It's crazy. The Guardians got rid of all those clowns. They got rid of Bauer. They got rid of Clevenger. They got rid of Lindor. They got rid of all those dudes, and they're thriving. They're doing okay. It's okay to get rid of your toxic stars. It's definitely okay.
Hot take. See, I guess you would know. You would know with Soto.
All the stars, all the national stars, every single one of them.
That's actually true. That's true.
Every single fucking one.
Scherzer, fucking, yeah, I take that back. He might have been the only good one left.
My heart. But yo, Devontae, what's your favorite free agency rumor so far?
My favorite free agency rumor so far. Oh my god, there's just so many of them. Does it just have to be one?
Just one, brother.
Oh my god, brother! You got my hair crazy
Brother.
right now. Look at this, feeling like Medusa.
The fan in the back.
I spoke about it earlier. I don't know if it's really a rumor, but Ohtani's contract being, if he opts out and he's able to go to the Mets, that's something that's mind-boggling to me because, like, you wouldn't expect it, but, like, imagine a power play like that, like, if the Mets don't sign DeGrom, which would break my heart, I think I'll probably have to cry about it or whatever. I would have to buy a jersey and just, like, cry cuddling it. Like, damn, DeGrom, you deserve you. We lost you. Like, if it took for DeGrom to leave, for us to let go of DeGrom to get Ohtani-san, by all means, I welcome you, Ohtani-san. I'll take you all over the world. Let me drive for you.
Let me try for you. No, Ohtani would be great. I'm a little worried
Yeah.
the older he gets, the more he might not be able to do both, which you got to be careful about a long-term contract. But either way, like it's going to come down to whoever could just outbid the other guy, because he's probably going to want the most money and kind of set like a standard for a player
Who's
like
gonna
that.
be rich? He's gonna get like 600 mil if he gets
Yo,
there
bro,
healthy.
the baseline, he deserves 500 million. You can't say
600.
otherwise. Like,
I
yo,
said
hands on
600.
the numbers. Like, if I'm not, he is not so far away from Aaron Judge's home run. Like, as however many home runs Aaron Judge has. I think Aaron Judge has like 50 more home runs than him. That's fucking mind-boggling, yo.
Oh yeah, dude. And the thing is, like I said, even if it's older, but it's only 1 year, I think he'll still be 29 or 30. So let's say this, and it is his last year, I think he's opting out, like regardless, whatever the contract issue is, he'll most likely be a free agent next year. If he has a year like Aaron Judge just did this year, or like, at least a great offensive and like a 2-something ERA, pitching with like 15 wins and like 200 something strikeouts, he probably will get 500 million, which is crazy to think about.
Imagine.
No, that's what I'm
I
saying.
want to
If
say it
he
first.
gets
Ohtani-san wins Cy Young next year, and he's an MVP candidate hitting-wise. That's fucking
8 times 50
either if
400 million. So.
Either if I don't care about any of that. I don't care if he's in contention for anything. I just need a healthy Shohei Ohtani season where he delivers with the bat, he delivers pitching, doesn't have to be the best in anything, just gets through the season safely on this stupid ass Angels team and just gets to the end with his arms and legs intact.
This year. He did it perfectly this year.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But we just need one more season of that. Just get through the season, survive, arms and legs intact, and he's going to get paid regardless, I think.
I think he's only going to get better, in my opinion, especially with bigger bases.
Yeah, 9 pitches next year.
He's going to go
9 pitches next year.
Yeah.
He's bringing back the spitball.
He's going to throw a pitch next year.
He's going to throw Duran Sprinkler. What do they call it? The Sprinkler?
Sprinkler? I've never heard of it, but it sounds like it could be a good pitch. A split sinker? A sprinkler?
No, it was that off-speed 99 mile per hour pitch that fucking Duran threw, right? Is that
they got
a 94 mile an hour curveball?
I was like, how do you still call that off speed? That's fast as fuck.
Yo.
That's a fast ass ball. That's what I would call it.
A fast ball. Yo, I was just thinking too, holy shit, just talking about this like whole Ohtani thing. You know why he's gonna even get paid more? If Judge does go to the Giants, like, bro, he might just win MVP again easily if there's no one to contend with him. Maybe like Julio could, like, if it's like really goes off, but like if he's pitching and hitting well, dude, he could have an MVP going into his free agent
Exactly.
year.
And I don't know if
you know what could be bad?
What could be bad?
Could be bad is like he gets such a big contract that kids growing up are like, I want to pitch and hit. I only want to pitch and hit. And they start to like push both. Yeah, but it's just bad. I feel like it's bad for the sport.
It's
so unique.
It's happening now more than ever, but it's still not.
I don't know. I love Shohei, but me personally, I don't. If the Nationals had the chance to sign Shohei Ohtani, I'd say no. I would be happy if we signed him, but I would say no if I was the GM of the Nationals and I had the opportunity to sign Shohei. I'm not signing him. I'm too scared of the longevity thing. That's too big of a
That's the only thing that scares me.
Because it's like I can't sit here and act like it didn't take like 4 years of Ohtani going through injuries to get to this point that we're at right now. And at the same time, it's like,
but that was because
I'm giving you. But are you gonna give him 600 mil, 500, 400, whatever fucking donkey dick amount of money? Are you gonna give him that money knowing that in maybe 2 or 3 years he's only gonna be doing one of these and not two of these anymore?
I don't think the
Yeah.
possibility of him doing it for the next 2 years is going to happen, because
Because if he's
you
one
gotta
more
think
injury
about it.
away,
At
in
the
my
end of the day,
opinion.
baseball's a business, and from where Ohtani comes, their culture of baseball being Japanese and everything, they teach you how to play the game so that you can have such a long longevity to be. Damn, I feel like that didn't make sense. But so you have players like
A
Ichiro
long,
Suzuki
a
who
long
played so
longevity.
long.
I get what you're
Yeah,
saying
I know.
though.
My mind just blew up saying it. I'm like, goodness gracious. But
With
you
your
have
hair
players,
too is perfect.
the way they play, they're so fundamentally sound that they already have also an understanding of how to continue playing for a long amount of time and being able to still produce, still contribute. Look at Ichiro. You have players from other sports contacting Ichiro, like Tom Brady, to understand how the fuck did you play so long? What are you doing? And he's like, just stretch a little more, you just run. Not too much. Just a little. Like, what makes you think Shohei Ohtani would want to do the same thing? Because that's a kid that you can see he wants to play baseball to, like, literally the casket fucking rocks. So he's going to do all that he can to be able to do both because, like, you could tell he really loves to hit and he really loves to pitch. So I think he's going to.
Yeah, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like he gets injured one more time, you're gonna probably take the pitching away, and now he's just a hitter. And are you gonna sit here and give someone $70 million a year to give you 40 home runs and 120 RBIs? I mean, that's good, but like 70 mil is wicked
I
at that
guess
point.
but the price is going to continue to go up regardless. Who would have thought we were going to see players like Mike Trout get
This seems like a contract that the Yankees would deliver. I'm just saying.
4 years,
I'm just saying.
240 million. 4 years,
If the
240.
Yankee,
60
if the
million
Yankees
for
get
4 years.
Shohei, I hope he
250,
breaks
250,
down.
250.
Yeah, 250.
So
60.
to add on to that, I don't know if you wanna hold this for this podcast or for the next one. Shohei Ohtani, who's a better free agent who's more anticipated to be signed during free agency, and if at that within the last 20 years because of what he's been doing.
Who? Ohtani and who?
Not just Ohtani, I'm saying in general. Like
Oh, is he
who
the
tops
most
Ohtani
anticipated?
as like the most
Probably.
anticipated. Like
Barry Bonds.
That
Alex
Albert
Rodriguez.
Albert Pujols, that was a crazy time to be alive. His free agency was a crazy time.
I remember that 300 million. Oh my!
Because everyone's like,
Bro,
the Marlins are gonna get Pujols.
I was sitting in a restaurant with my grandma, ordering half a chicken with rice and beans, and I just remember seeing breaking news: Alex Rodriguez, 300 million, and my mind was just like, how many zeros are in 300 million? Goodness gracious!
Too many, mama.
I couldn't even count to 100 at that time. I was just like, 300 million? Goodness gracious.
My goodness.
Goodness gracious.
No, but like I said, if he gets through this year healthy, we're gonna have it's gonna be a debacle. It's gonna be a fucking holiday. You're gonna see teams do crazy shit to clear space. Like you're gonna see like Josh Donaldson getting traded to the Pirates for a fucking bag of Cheetos, bro. Like it's gonna be nuts. Like Rizzo's going to Japan for a package of bees. I don't know, but the Yankees, it's
all
gonna
we're
be
gonna
nuts.
see is what is Shohei Ohtani really worth. That's all we're gonna see in every fucking sports spectrum of like anything that has newsletters. Damn, I lost it again.
It's gonna.
How much
it's
is he
gonna
really
bring,
worth?
I think it's gonna bring a lot of good light to the sport, though, because you're gonna see someone get paid the bag, and then they're gonna be like, "Wow, I only see numbers like that in Dubai. What is going on?"
Yeah. You know what's such a big thing for Tanaka?
Imagine signing a
So
$600 million
Shohei Ohtani.
contract.
It's gonna be fucking crazy. I also think it helps the state and just the team, the organization in general. Because
they start building more public parks.
the
Nah,
school
It's just
system.
like
yo, when
Baltimore
you watch
becomes the best
Baltimore
city on the
games,
planet.
yo, nobody goes to see Baltimore the same way like nobody was going to see the Blue Jays. So, they're at a point in time right now that like they need their fan base to fucking blow up right now, especially with how good they've been doing. How you gonna be? How are you going to continue to contend and put up a great year like they did this year, and then just be like, we're not gonna sign nobody important? They're gonna have to sign somebody important because they do want to compete. They want to bring something back to Baltimore that isn't football, just football.
or
I feel like
shootings.
they have a good fan base. I don't know. But I'm also, I guess I guess you could say the last thing they really had to look forward to was Cal Ripken back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yo, Thomas, you fucking crazy. That's like, that joke. I hope like with what Chris was saying, it got overshadowed, but that's like a perfect dark humor joke to go on fucking Reddit.
Actually
Thomas said that shit.
Damn. Damn. I was gonna
Bro,
I mean,
you're
I was
gonna
gonna
see
say
the newspapers are gonna hit the stand, and it's gonna say Verlander signs at Baltimore. People will be like, "Yeah, bang, 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 bang,
Start ravaging through the
I was
fucking streets.
I was gonna
fuck
say
the Yankees." Oh man, Wolfie, what's your favorite rumor?
It's actually the Swanson to Cubs rumor. I'm not even really like a huge Cubs fan, but I really want Swanson out of Atlanta. Granted, I know that leaves a spot open for them to make a big move, but I don't think they're gonna make another big signing this year. I think getting him out of there would be great of the NL East. But I actually think the Cubs fans are someone that would just worship him. He become like that Rizzo Bryant kind of fan favorite kind of dude, and like he would just eat them up. They needed some bats. They were pitching well at the end of the year. They just need to keep stacking that lineup. So if I actually think he could get like a decent like $100+ million contract there for like an extended period of time, and kind of just become like a known for being a Cub.
that.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
The worship. It was the worship for me.
I think
Dude, no, I can see them, man. Dude, they still love Rizzo. Like you see all the fans that wanted him back this offseason, and it's been years.
I'm still
Yeah.
stuck on who fucking said it. One of you guys said it that the only reason that Anthony Rizzo re-signed with the Yankees was because he likes taking his dog to the park. The specific
I don't know
New
who
York
said
City
that.
park.
That's man funny.
Probably Levante.
Yeah,
I think it was
that's
Devontae. Well,
funny.
there was an article that said one of the only reasons that Anthony Rizzo stayed with the Yankees was because he likes waking up in the morning
And going
and
to Central
taking his
Park to
dog
walk
for a
his
walk.
fucking dog with his wife. Not even.
Yeah.
I thought he had kids. He's like, no, damn, what he has.
Damn. I mean,
Whatever works, I guess.
In New York, of all
yeah,
places.
right? Like
The
I
jungle,
would
like.
anytime I'm in New York City, I just get like social anxiety. So more power to him.
Dude, I
He's
can't.
a brave man.
Like, how does he go? How does he go out? He probably doesn't walk during when he's slumping because he's probably like, because Yankees fans, I mean, they boo Judge, so
He
I
goes
wonder
for a
they're
virtual
probably
walk.
like someone kicks his dog or some shit. As far as we didn't see that.
Yeah, but like
Rizzo
Rizzo,
Rizzo over 31 strikes out in ninth. Dog
R-
gets kicked.
Rizzo's one of those
Dog
guys
kicks
that
in park.
he, the gabagool in him. He could really blend in. All he gotta do is just put one of those mustaches in a hat. That's regular New York.
No,
He's a
yeah,
pretty
get like
average
a
looking dude.
Stewart's coffee. Get like a Stewart's coffee in his one hand with some
Yeah.
gloves. Yeah, he'll look like a New
Or
Yorker.
he'll dress
Fuck
up like
yeah.
somebody from The Sopranos, and nobody's gonna really be like, I think that's Anthony Gabagool Rizzo. Like, where's
Dude,
the
if he just like
Gabagool?
walked down the street in street clothes, like he would just look like a normal dude.
Yeah.
You know what? That's my favorite free agency rumor because or if it's true, it's my favorite free agency move is Anthony Rizzo re-signing with the Yankees. Fuck it.
Hey,
But yo,
man.
Chris,
think it's on.
what's your favorite rumor?
My favorite rumor. Well,
Hold
I would say my favorite rumor that I've heard so far was the Guardians looking to sign JD Martinez as well as thinking about signing Jose Abreu. I think if they sign those two dudes,
Oh, it's over.
they're locked in and ready to go. Like fuck
Seriously.
Naylor, get him out. You put JD in the DH, and then you got Jose Abreu at first.
Where's my son?
That's what they
Where's
needed
my
was
son?
home run hitters. So you add those two, I think they're ready to go.
Cleveland's rocking. Cleveland, this is for you.
For you, Cleveland.
Yes, Teddy Bear Jose Ramirez. I'm telling you, that's a marketable idea. But wait, before we
this is
get to the
Polo.
next segment, I want to bring up something that we haven't talked about yet. Cody Bellinger got released.
Yeah, and I'm surprised
He's
no
going
one's
to the
given
Red
him like
Sox.
a call yet. Is he gonna be like one of those that no one
We'll welcome him.
till the last second?
I would welcome him to the Red Sox. We're gonna sign him for cheap if he comes to the Red Sox. Like, come on.
It'll be like Conforto where he just like.
I mean,
fades into
they're
dust.
saying like there's a whole bunch of interest. There's a whole bunch of interest across the board for him. Where do you guys think is the best? What's the spot that gets him either back to MVP or
Yo,
gets him to put down the weed?
we're
What
gonna
are
put
we?
him in the Red Sox. You know why? We have one of the best hitting coaches. I can't tell you his name, but one of them being JD Martinez. If he stays with us, he's gonna become better. He statistically has shown everybody in that team has gotten better. Have Vasquez, bro.
I feel like if Cody Bellinger went to the Red Sox, he'd develop a chain smoking cigarette addiction.
Yeah, and he would get like
I don't know
off
about
the
cigarettes,
field.
but weed though.
I feel
Nah,
like he
no.
would be.
I know
I
exactly.
feel like.
Go.
What were you gonna say, Wolf?
No,
No,
go,
you're
go. No. Oh.
No, you're up.
For some, I don't know if they even have like the spot for him or necessarily if they even play like DH or something. For some reason, I could just see like a team like the Cardinals fixing him, where like he goes there and necessarily like because they already have two basically MVPs.
He learns some respect.
Yeah, like just learns like the old school Cardinals way and like gets down and dirty with like hitting and like all of a sudden kind of figure, dude, hey, Pujols figured it out by going
Bellinger
back
punts
there.
down the left field line.
Yeah. No, well, now he doesn't need to with the shift,
Yeah.
but no, I can just see him like going like maybe not necessarily being. I'm not saying the Cardinals aren't in the spotlight, but like maybe like an LA team or like a Yankee team might not be like the best to just throw him into pressure. But give him one of those like building teams, like a smart team. Even I mean I don't know if he would go there, but Cleveland might not be a bad idea. Maybe he could kind of turn it around a little bit there. I'm not necessarily saying MVP, but fix him a little bit.
I'm gonna say Toronto. I'm just gonna say the Toronto Blue Jays. The reason why I say it is because it's perfect. Like they just traded Teoscar Hernandez away for a reliever, so they get someone in the bullpen, which is solving one thing that they needed, which was a middle relief guy. They probably need another bullpen guy, but they'll get that eventually. That opens a spot in the outfield, and you need a lefty in your lineup because you don't really have any besides Biggio, and I'm pretty sure we're all confident that he's a bust or he's not gonna really do much.
I was gonna
But
say he doesn't even play. That's actually a perfect place for him because they have like no lefties at all.
at all whatsoever, and they're gonna need that. And yeah, maybe it is a little pressure because the Blue Jays, they're like they're that one guy away from becoming a serious threat, and that could be pinned on Cody Bellinger. But I don't know. I just think it's perfect. Get in that cold weather. Get cold, become a dog. Gain some weight, shave your beard, and become Canadian because this is the perfect spot for you, Cody.
Cody wouldn't be better
Not
than the
bad.
Yankees. I low-key think
I
they might go after him and snag him.
The
only if
Yankees.
they get Judge, I think. That's how I'd feel.
You
Only
gotta.
if they get-
But the thing is, he's gonna sign for cheap, and at that, you already see that they don't want. With the bad year Aaron Hicks have, they need somebody who's gonna replace him, and Cody Bellinger is already a better fit at the end of the day.
Yeah, they're losing Benintendi too.
He just couldn't hit, like the Joey Gallo effect.
Almost makes no sense that the Yankees are letting Andrew Benintendi just go. Like I honestly don't understand why
I
they
think
even
they're gonna
traded
keep
for
him.
him.
I think they're gonna keep him because they gave him the offer, but he opted out. So I think they're gonna try to work something with him, kind of almost like how
He
they
wants
do
to
with
get paid.
Rizzo.
That makes sense. He wants to get paid. I mean, he had a great year last year. Just he got
He's a
hurt.
lefty as well, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's another thing. Like Toronto's probably going to be hot on his case. Seattle's going to most likely. Well, Seattle's already in on him, and then you're just going to have those random teams that I don't know. I don't think he finds his way back to New York.
No, no,
You talking about Benintendi?
Yeah,
I think the Red Sox check in
Sox.
with him, but I think because of money wise, there's 50-50 with them. Like you could tell he really
He plays free.
loved playing with them.
Comes back and plays for free,
Imagine.
and they sign Judge,
Let's
plays
and
for
then
free.
they come out with a story that says Benintendi convinced Judge to sign with the Red Sox.
And then
in
we
September.
get Xander, and we still were able to sign Rafael Devers, Dynasty. Heard it here
And
first.
then the
Then I
game
woke
crashes.
up.
The game crashes, and you wake up, and Chris Sale was supposed to be your opening day starter, but he tripped on a lizard and hurt his knee in his backyard doing gardening.
It could be worse. You have Bryce Harper, who's not gonna be here till All-Star game next year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What could have been if they would have just won the World Series now? Still looking good, baby. It's still looking
Fucking
good.
The legend is on.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I was really happy to see Bryce Harper and Juan Soto lose. It was great.
can't hurt.
I'm glad
Oh, yeah,
Dusty
you
Baker
got
won out
both
of
of
it.
them. Hey, you even saw Scherzer lose too.
He got rocked.
And
He got
Trey.
And Trey. Yep. Oh my god. The
And
Nationals
Josh
won all their
Bell.
trades.
Everybody lost, but
National.
By the way-
I don't know. I think
Everybody had a
the
downfall.
Nationals won that
That's
trade.
crazy.
Would you say right now if Trey Turner does not return back to the Dodgers, did the Nationals win the trade when they traded them Max Scherzer and Trey Turner? The deal that everyone was like, "Oh my God, break the league, do a dance, get crazy."
what exactly did they get back? Like, I would have to see the names. Like, is there
So
anybody
the two, what
Trey
it
won a
seems like
title
it's
with
gonna
Trout,
be. What it seems like it's going to be is that it was going to be Trey and Max for Josiah Gray and Keibert Ruiz because the other two prospects aren't panning out so far.
Mhm.
Billy Donovan and I'm forgetting the other name. But, yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say the Nationals, you can't even say they would have lost even if they didn't get great players back because at the end of the day, they weren't going to resign with them and they were free agents, or at least one of them was.
And the Dodgers didn't win.
You had to. Yeah.
Dodgers didn't win.
I think they did it with Soto too. I think it was a good idea to just do it. If you at least do it ahead, but at least because then you can get even a better package for them. Which actually kind of reminds me of all these names you were just saying in trades and rumors and stuff. I was looking through the list of people that have been traded, and the hat right there actually caught my attention on a team that's done some moves so far with the Pirates. And one thing that's kind of disappointing me, I actually kind of am a fan of both of the players. But we're looking at another season, in my opinion, of the cheap Pirates. They went out and got a DH and a first baseman this year because they're technically both first basemen, with Carlos Santana and G-Man Choi. Now, those are guys who had moments where they've been good. Both of them are actually getting pretty old now, especially Carlos Santana. But it's bro, you had Jose Abreu out there on the market. What?
Wolf, it's beautiful. You gotta look at the bigger picture. The Pittsburgh Pirates. G-Man Choi is going to be a legend in Pittsburgh. He's going to be a fan favorite. He's going to get that crowd going. And Carlos Santana, guess what? If he's good, you trade him. If he's bad, fair fucks, retirement. Wherever, whatever happens, happens. But hey.
You know who else? The Pirates got?
Who?
Imner Lobo. Remember that name. Imner Lobo. Just remember that name. Just remember that name. The Pirates, he's about to be blown up.
And you know what it is? I'm glad they're doing something, but it's more of I wish they would have made a big splash. There's guys like JD on the market, Jose on the market, so many other names that I just kind of feel like this is what you just said, where it's kind of like a Daniel Vogelback situation, where it's hey, they had a decent year, let's get rid of them again. It's dude.
But G-Man Troy's he's been good for a couple of years, right?
Dude, I'm pretty sure he had a terrible season last year.
Was it last
Either
year?
which way,
You talking about this year or last year? Last year.
Uh, I mean,
I just
actually,
remember
to be
G-Man
honest,
Troy
looking
being
at
a...
it right now, he had a pretty shit both last 2 years.
Oh, okay. I thought he was a staple in Tampa Bay's system, but could be.
I thought he was. I think I got hurt this year.
Yeah, he had 83
Remember, I
games,
And
bet
then,
on him a
and
bunch of
then
229,
times
and
mistakenly.
233. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at both of them. I mean, 11 home runs, a 230 hitter. Like, it's kind of like
All right.
almost identical Daniel Vogelback stats. But anyway, that's just
So I think we're gonna play spin the wheel. We're not gonna do the 6 that we had in the notes. Fuck that. We're gonna do like 2. So all right. So I'm gonna spin the wheel. Here's how it works: spin the wheel, pick a team, and we gotta cook them up. We gotta get them moving. So let's hit this randomizer. The Miami Marlins.
ugh,
the
Jesus.
Or-
All right, I'm gonna go first on this. Listen, if I'm the Miami Marlins, I'm spending my money on some commercials, right? I'm gonna get some commercials out there that really represent what Miami's all about, and that's the beauty of the clubs, that's the beauty of the ocean, that's the beauty of everything. Once I spend the money on these commercials, I'm literally gonna message Aaron Judge every morning, afternoon, and night until he signs with us. And I'm just gonna be very annoying. He might have to get a restraining order, but he won't because Aaron Judge is a good guy. And he's gonna come to Miami. We're gonna set up a crazy night. He's gonna do cocaine. We're gonna get him to sign the contract, and Aaron Judge is gonna be a Miami Marlin, right? Now, once Aaron Judge is a Miami Marlin, Carlos Correa is gonna want to do some stupid shit too. He probably likes cocaine already. We're gonna get Carlos Correa on the ship. He signs. Boom. Jazz Chisholm moves over to the second base. You got all that pitching. Miami Marlins World Series 2023.
So what you're
Just like
saying
that.
is we're gonna get these guys and give them the Jose Fernandez treatment.
No.
Yeah,
No.
he didn't last a day.
No.
Thought they would
No.
have learned from their mistakes, Sax. Come on.
Aaron Judge is gonna be alive and getting paid $400 million on a 10-year contract, and we're gonna win the fucking World Series 2 out of the next 4 years.
Bro, honestly, like, something you said is actually, no one's ever talked about because Miami seems like they're not going to spend this year, but if I was the GM, I'd do that too, man. Get Carlos Correa. Get that, like, Spanish kind of, like, vibe going again down there. Like, in a good way. Like, dude, they ate that when Jose... Bro, hear me out. When Jose Reyes went down there,
Échale sazón.
they ate him up. And you know it. Eat that up down there. Get him going. Like, bro, bring a Roldis Chapman down there. Get the.
What does that even mean?
He's got all the adobo.
He had to go
Get
Let's
that
go.
adobo out.
Yo, Wolf, what are you doing?
Bro, bro, I'm not even joking you.
Yeah.
Like, literally, that is the culture down there. Like, that's why they had the statues and everything down there. Like, this is, like, eat it up, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
I love it.
Oh
I'm
my
here for it.
god, what does that even mean? Get a Spanish vibe going on down there. That's crazy.
No, I meant, like, bring it back.
Oh,
Like, dude, when they
man.
had Miguel
Then he said a
Cabrera.
Roldis
when
Chapman. What the fuck?
No, that was a joke, obviously. I mean, dude, I don't know if that dude's playing baseball anymore, but no, like I actually mean that in a good way. Like when Jose Reyes got signed there, it was like a big deal. Like I'm not even joking you for like the Spanish crowd. Same thing with like a Jose Fernandez thing. Like I'm actually like not like this isn't like any sort of race thing. Like it's the truth. Like they have a big community down there. It's like
It's just the way you presented it. It's just the way you
yeah, I know. Well,
You gotta eat
I
it
kinda
up.
thought, like,
Spice,
you
spice,
kinda-
spice.
maybe I like.
He's
He's
got
like,
a
yeah,
little
we're gonna get
innuendo.
So-
Carlos Correa, and the reason why we're gonna get Correa is because we're gonna get a little Spanish vibe going.
Oh yeah. No, but like you know what I mean. But also too, and it's funny. I was gonna describe
I'm
it better
crying.
too. Right behind you, I'm taking those colors, and that's one of the colors I'm making Miami. It's going like a Vice kind of vibe, and we're going like crazy. Like you said, bring in the clubs, bring in that atmosphere, bring in the culture. Like, dude, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But to go back to other than just Correa though, they don't need too much pitching too. They're like someone that can get away with like a couple threes or fours. They would need some bullpen help, but just get some good bats, get like a Carlos Correa leader, and that team actually could go to like the playoffs. I don't see why not.
They're still a good team. Whoa. I'm not saying they're a good team. I mean, they still have good talent there.
Mm-hmm.
That's talent, yes, potential.
Yeah.
Potential.
I mean, they do have the Cy
Chris,
Young.
Chris Devontae, what are you doing? You're the Marlins GM.
I'm the Marlins GM.
Let's. We got cocaine. We got Spanish vibes. What's next?
We gotta give them. We gotta show them the scene. Gotta make them feel like Tony Santana. Like they're gonna own the city. Like this is theirs. Chile, Salón, Padre Sazón. What we want to do.
So you agree with Wolfie?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Carlos
It's
Correa
fucking
of the Miami
What the fuck?
Marlins?
Why the fuck not? Like,
I swear to God, if Carlos Correa actually ends up in Miami, we're going viral. I swear to God.
Bro,
we should. We said it.
I could see
first.
it too. That's why you said it. Like I could just see it, bro.
But
After the Aaron Judge cocaine signing,
it's just a little confusing as to what you would fix, because as much as they want to compete, they want to get rid of one of their best fucking pitchers. They want to trade him off. Like, for what? I mean, they're probably still in their head, like, we're rebuilding. But for how fucking much longer, bro? Like, Florida baseball is so
I feel like every year since they've gotten in the league, they've just been rebuilding. And they've
Yeah.
managed to win 2 World Series out of it.
Yo,
But they were rebuilding those years too.
Florida baseball is more well known in the college world than it is for the majors. Like, who the fuck goes to a Rays game? Who the fuck goes to a Marlins game? Unless you're gonna go for cheap tickets, like amazing seats. But
The only thing that I remember from any of those World Series runs was Ivan Rodriguez holding the ball like a knucklehead. He was like,
he got
yeah,
yeah, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, nah, but it was passionate. It was, just holding the ball like, get off my lawn. This is my lawn.
These are your nuts. Yeah. I have them.
Look at this.
Oh, damn.
Lord. That's a bat.
fuzzy?
Sheesh.
So yeah, my
fix-
girlfriend made that.
So, if we're going to fix the Marlins, we sign a good arm. And a good arm being, we get Chris Bassett in the rotation. Now you have 3 solid starters. And for hitters, they're not going to spend too much. I relatively don't think they're going to sign Aaron Judge, but that's a team that I wouldn't be surprised if they went out and they got a bat like Nimmo. They also get in maybe a Trey Turner, but even that just seems
They're
like
gonna have to get so much.
Yeah, like, bro, it's a lot.
Yeah, they're really far. And it sucks though, because it's like you just said, like, bro, how long
Nationals
are you
might
going to
finish
rebuilding?
fourth next year.
Like,
Yeah.
whoever
You
they
have a Cy
get
Young?
has to be their next franchise player aside from Alcantara. Like, they gotta be like their second captain. Like, Alcantara's gonna hold it down pitching, but like, who's our hitter? Who's our star player hitter? We had Christian Yelich, and then
Nelson Cruz,
Stanton, Ozuna, Real Muto. Oh my God, dude,
Yo,
they
Chris.
had a solid team.
Ozuna
They
don't
really
count.
do.
The motherfucker started beating his wife, and his fucking average went down.
No, true, but think about even just. I mean, obviously some of those guys have fell off here and there, but think about them with their MVP years and better years. Real Muto, Stanton, and Yelich on the same team, with like Jazz Chisholm right now and their pitching staff. They actually would have been a solid team.
They would have definitely been. They would have been
in the Marlins.
Fourth.
I feel like
they would have been
fourth.
fourth.
I didn't hear a word from either, buddy.
My bad. I meant to say that I like the idea of a Aroldis Chapman playing in Miami. Like, to me, it seems like something that is really gonna happen. So I'm doubling down on that. And what better way?
He revitalizes his career as a Miami Marlin. Him and fucking Correa. It's just the most villainous team of all time.
Top 5 fucking closers in the league.
I like.
All right, Chris. What do
Yeah, I
the
think,
Marlins got to do?
I think, first thing they have to do
Clippers?
is they have to get rid of Garcia's contract. Terrible contract. Once they do that, they got to get a right fielder, a left fielder. They could use an upgrade at first base. They could use an upgrade at shortstop.
Who's
They
their
could use a
manager?
DH.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but who the fuck
So
is their manager?
they could use all of that stuff.
I don't think they
Didn't
named
they fire
anybody. I
him?
think they got rid of Don Mattingly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know they got rid of him.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think they
who the
signed
fuck do
anybody
they
though.
sign? What the fuck do they sign now?
Ozzie Guillen.
I like that.
Skip
They got Skip
Shoemaker.
Schumacher. Skip Schumacher.
Yes. You're right.
I don't know if they signed anybody already. Okay.
He's just a really good guy. He's a good citizen.
He's a good
I
guy.
like it.
Just kisses.
He's a good guy.
He's a good
You
Samaritan.
know what? They're not gonna sign Correa. They're gonna sign Andrew Benintendi and Johnny Cueto.
They'll do what they did last year and sign Jesus Aguilar and then drop him halfway through the year.
Where? They're gonna pick up Nelson Cruz if
Oh.
that's the case.
But all right, we're gonna spin the wheel on one last team, and here's how this is how we're gonna end this episode. Ready?
Yep. I like that though. That's exactly what we're gonna do though. They're gonna
Okay.
sign Nelson Cruz.
Boston Red Sox. This should be good. This should be good.
Well,
so
Who wants,
I guess
who wants
Tim
to
Order?
lead this one off?
Yeah, Devontae, Chris.
I'm ready. Yo. So I'm the Boston Red Sox. I don't want Kyle Bloom, man. Kyle Bloom already got me fucked up in the head. And at this point, it looks like we're gonna lose out on Xander Bogaerts. And I don't know what he's thinking right now, but let's fuck around and sign Theo Epstein again. No, let me stop. I'm the Red Sox. We should go after somebody like Chris Bassett. Because, I know I keep saying fucking Chris Bassett, but we're not going to sign Jacob DeGrom. We're not going to give up that money. Knowing damn well we want players like Xander and Devers at his age. I kind of do feel like he deserves $300 million. He's 25, he's the beginning of his career, the kid's raking. He's going to be one of our best third basemen in our team. So the money got to still be there. You get him, you get yourself a pitcher like Kenny Jensen. I was just reading today that they're actually really interested in Kenny Jenner. I call him Kenny Jenner, my bad. It's a bad habit of mine. I like calling him Kylie Jenner. That's beside the point. He would be a great bullpen arm for us. I'm scared of Brazier. He's the new age Kimbrel. He might as well just get when he's out there instead of beside the point. You lock in hitting wise. If you miss out on Xander Bogaerts, relatively, I wouldn't be surprised if we go pick up fucking Correa. But beside that, hitting wise, we're all there. I would like to see Vasquez back in our rotation again. Hitting rotation again, because he did great for us on both sides of the spectrum. Caught really good games. He hit for us. Wasn't the best hitter, but he put up numbers for a catcher who wasn't really hitting before. Who else? It also all varies because of, we just gave a big-ass contract to Chris Sale, and look at the turnout of that. Lost a rib, lost a hand. What's next? He's going to lose his fucking head? Fucking head and shoulders. That's what I'm going to have to call him at this point, bro. Goodness gracious.
I'm fucking crying, dude.
Hitting is not really much of a problem for us, unless we lose. Xander is a big key in our rotation. But we there, I don't think we should let go.
You know what?
JD, and we signed JD. End it there.
Nah, if I'm the Red Sox, we gotta go for it. We gotta get a little dangerous. We gotta get a little shifty. I'm going for Rodon first and foremost. I'm making the aggressive deal. I'm signing Carlos Rodon to lead my rotation. I want Chris Sale to stop being a bitch. I'm gonna call him out on social media. I'm gonna send some shots. Like if I'm the GM, I'm gonna send some shots through the media at Chris Sale. Get him, fired up to, come back. Let's get him as the number 2 of this rotation instead of the number 1. I say resign Evaldi. I think he has a lot of unfinished business as a Red Sox. He's a good dude to have there.
But I don't know if he's gonna
and
get
then
paid like that. Like, there's a lot of money for him, bro. He gave up a lot of money.
I like Jensen in the bullpen, but I don't like him as the closer. I think they should go trade for someone like Bednar. I think that would be solid in the back of the rotation if the Pirates are going to end up trading him. And then I guess you sign Jansen. I almost said Craig Kimbrell, but then you guys been there, done that kind of thing with Kimbrell. But for the hitters, whether or not you get Bogarts back, I think you guys still got to stay aggressive on that end. Specifically, looking at the list here, I think Michael Brantley and someone like Adam Duvall would be huge for you guys. Very underrated signings, I think. To add that along with Devers, and honestly, I say let JD go and get Carlos Correa. I'm sticking with the Carlos Correa signing. That's going to be the second big signing for the Red Sox. We're going to clog up the infield. Story's going to have a better year, and we're going to win the World Series. That's it.
I say
Chris
we get
Sales.
Bellinger. We need Bellinger.
Bellinger.
It's underrated.
I say if I'm the GM, I call up Mitch Moreland and Steve Pearce and see what they're doing, and just put them back on the roster for the hell of it. Dude,
hey, Ortiz.
David Ortiz.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Pierce is MVP.
Bro, and you know what's crazy is he had a 284 average that year. Next year he hit like 180, and they dropped him, and that was the end of his career.
He was an MVP.
Yo, he was a Yankee killer.
So who's better, Steven Pearce or Steven Strasburg?
Who's better?
Who's better, Steven Pearce or Steven Strasburg?
Steven Pearce. The fuck? You crazy.
Because Strasburg won the World Series MVP and he started like 3 games since.
Didn't he have like 4 home runs in one game or 3 home runs, something like that?
He had 3 home runs against the Yankees in one game.
Jesus Christ.
When it mattered most.
Yep. You boys just basking in love right now. Anyway, no, if I'm the Red Sox manager, you know what I'm doing if I'm the Red Sox? I hate to say it, boys. I'm shedding all the payroll this year. I'm not resigning anybody important. Bogarts is leaving. Everybody's leaving. Evaldi's leaving. I'm only giving out cheap contracts to like guys like Joey Gallo and Conforto and Bellinger and all these guys. Like, I'll get someone cheap for first base, maybe like a Vogelback, someone like that. Like,
And a team like the Red Sox, I could see them winning the World Series.
They can pull it off. Yeah, I was going to say, that would be like...
If
you signed like 8 vets, just 8 vets. You need 8 vets, though. Like, not 7, not 9. You need 8 vets to add to the lineup.
No, because in free agency, there's like up and down. Like the Red Sox can get a nice bargain lineup, though. Like they can get Benintendi, Gallo, Bellinger. Boom, that's a whole new outfield. Let's keep
Jose
going.
Iglesias, Sengara.
Exactly. And all jokes
aside,
Haniger.
Starting pitchers.
At first, I was gonna say this to be like joking, like kind of like in a way of like haha trolling, but like all honesty, hear me out. Do this. See what young guys you have. I don't know how much you have, but just try to play them out. Next year, when guys like Ohtani and them are free, not saying necessarily Ohtani, but just next year, then you go out, see what your holes are, and build off of that. Because we don't know what the Rays are gonna do. It seems like they're really big sellers this year. Orioles, we have no idea. Yankees might not even get Judge back. Like, it's almost to the point where you might want to wait and see what happens one more year and then just go off the next year. Like, I know that sucks too to like kind of a throwaway season, but who knows? Some of those guys could be good. Like you said, that might even be the formula to getting far. But I think it's almost like keep rebuilding. Don't necessarily give some crazy things away. As much as it's like maybe Bogarts you can keep, but everybody else, like you weren't, the last few years getting anywhere with them. Like just maybe stick on rebuilding and building up that farm.
I don't know, and it's funny because I think Wolf just solved the Red Sox whole offseason here. I think he may have gotten it. But Chris, this is the big conclusion. Chris, what are the Red Sox gonna do?
If I'm the Red Sox, what I would do is I would first call the Marlins. I would try to move somebody like Siebold for Pablo Lopez. Try to get
Here we go.
Like
Jorge
that.
Soler. I would try to get those two guys because Soler, you could put him at the DH. You could also put him in the outfield, but I think he's better fit for a DH role. And then
Shortstop.
I would go get Haniger if I couldn't get Judge. I mean, obviously, I would want Judge. You get Judge, you make that trade, you get Carlos Rodon, you re-sign Xandar, you move Trevor Story back to the Rockies,
It's
and
everything.
you take on a guy like Freeland who pitched pretty well down the stretch. Like he's
And we have
serviceable.
to sell the Boston Celtics to make this all happen.
I mean, like you think about it though, they got a lot of money off the books this year.
Yeah.
Like Evaldi was a pretty hefty contract. I mean, I would want to re-sign him too, but like the thing about it is I don't know. There's just it all starts with what they fucking do with Xandar, and honestly, if they get rid of they get rid of Xandar. I think what happens is you see fucking Segura come in. Gene Segura, and then Trevor Story moves
The
to
savior of
shortstop.
the
I do
Red, the
not like
savior of
Gene
the Red
Segura on our
Sox.
team. Not Segura.
I think you're right too.
But
I
then,
think Haniger is going to go there.
honestly, dude, I just think now this has been like a 2-year backup plan, and Trevor Story was the start of it all. And I think he ends up moving back to shortstop this year, and Xander is gone. To be honest with
Best free agency in a while.
Who goes back to
you.
shortstop, you said?
I think they moved. I think they moved Trevor Story back to shortstop, and they signed someone cheap like Gene Segura at second base.
But why, if you have Kike coming back?
I,
But remember,
I
he's more of
just,
an
I,
infielder. He took the L in playing the outfield first because we didn't have Jackie Bradley was doing so bad.
Do you love me?
yeah. I mean, you could, but they don't have the depth in the outfield to make that move. And
Oh, look
I
at
feel like,
Benintendi, Gallo, Bellinger, big Bees. Well,
Nah,
not
I
Joey
mean
you
Gallo.
talk
that,
about
I,
Verdugo, man.
I
We gotta
mean,
go Verdugo. Crazy.
if you're Xandar and you're like, yo, I'm gonna bring in those three dudes, he might take a little bit less money to sign with the Red Sox. If you make a move to like you're because that's all he wants to do is win, and he wants to be a Red Sox. So like, just give him some dudes
He wants to be a
to
Red
win
Sox. I
around him.
promise.
He wants
Nah,
to be
he
a Red
like
Sox,
dude
but he wants to
like
get paid, bro.
yeah no I mean I respect that too like this which I think he's fucking ends up with the Padres, and if he does end up with the Padres, maybe somehow the fucking Red Sox figure a way to get Tatis back in the deal, but in like some kind of crazy ass deal. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. But that's not gonna happen because what's gonna happen is what I said. Fucking
Johnny.
Sandar leaves, and they fucking move Trevor Story to shortstop, and I forever hate
Game
Trevor
over.
Story.
But what if Trevor Story hits 50 home runs next year?
He probably did steroids.
Ah,
All right, with
so
that being said, that's another edition of High and Inside. That was episode 12. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, sell your soul. Shout out to Belgium, of course. Shout out to everybody.
yeah.
Everybody on the. Yeah. Have a good night.
Peace.